As the ESPYs honor LeBron for breaking the NBA's all-time scoring record, I decided I wanted to tell you what I think. I think LeBron James is the baddest Mom.
The way she kept her in check. That is so good. I am often stopping my mom that way too. Shout out to Anna.
This is Sportscentre.
Hey, I'm Julia Cheshire filling in for Marissa. Week 6 in the CFL opens up tonight with the Elks hosting the Ticats in Edmonton. It's yet another shot for one of the longest losing streaks in sports to finally come to an end. Right now, the home losing streak for the Elks is at 19, and it could turn to 20 games if they fall to Hamilton. So let's dive deeper into some of the numbers of this terrible streak. Since their last home win until now, the Elks have gone through 2 team presidents, 2 GMs, 3 head coaches, and a name change, which technically means the Elks have never won a home game. Heck, the quarterback that won the last home game for Edmonton is now a quality control coach for the Denver Broncos. That would be Logan Kilgore. Of the 19 losses, 7 have been by less than double digits, and 7 have been by 15 or more points. It's not like they haven't had their chances to end this streak. The first game of this season was a golden opportunity, in which they were stopped from the 1-yard line not once, not twice, but 3 times late in the 4th to take the lead. Not only would a win end the streak, it would also be their first of the season, after that heartbreaking loss to Saski last week. And if there's a team to do it against, it's the Ticats right now, who are 1-3 and have a backup QB starting for them tonight. If they don't win though, the home losing streak is likely to extend to at least 22. With BC and Winnipeg being the next 2 home games for the Elks. Let's look ahead to the rest of week 6 with a CFL preview powered by FanDuel. We've got some big games on the sched highlighted by Friday night's battle between the only undefeated team left, the Argos, taking on the Owls in Montreal. This is a rematch of an awesome Eastern final last year. And for Argos fans, you have to go all the way back to 1983 for the last time your team started 4-0. Which ended with a Grey Cup win. Pretty good omen. So now if you're betting this game, a few key things to know. Toronto's won 4 straight games coming off the bye, with Ryan Dinwiddie as head coach. So the money line at -230 could be enticing, although not really valuable. The real value could be hammering the under on William Stanback rushing yards. The Argos allow a league-low 57.7 rushing yards per game and 3.6 yards per carry. So under 47.5 for Stanback seems like cash money. Moving on to a huge matchup in the West. Saski hosts Calgary, and this game, total toss-up right now. Surprisingly, the Stamps are 15-5 in their last 20 against the Riders, and have won 8 of their last 9 at Mosaic. The last time Saskatchewan beat Calgary at home was all the way back in 2018. So getting the Stampeders at plus money could be the play. Plus, Trevor Harris is 2-10-2 all time versus the Stamps. So be cautious if you're leaning in the Saski direction. Sorry, Marissa. Time now for my favorite segment and yours, Why We Love Sports Today.
Why we love sports today.
The Savannah Bananas have become a staple in this show for their acrobatic antics and TikTok dances. But they also play their own brand of banana ball with their own fun rules, including one that ended their game last night in North Carolina, that if a fan catches a foul ball, it's actually an out. I don't know how I feel about this. That is an upsetting way to end a ball game, and those are upsetting pants. That this, who are they playing against? What league is this even? I don't know how I feel about this, guys. I'll be honest. I appreciate the fun, though. It's good for content. Shout out to the Bananas. What a bizarre way to end that baseball game. And lastly, the ESPYs had some touching moments last night, like Canadian NBA champ Jamal Murray taking home Best Comeback Athlete, Damar Hamlin presenting the Bills training staff with the Pat Tillman Award for service for their work to revive him on the field. But we're ending this segment with some touching words from cancer survivor and former Blue Jay, Liam Hendricks, who won the very prestigious Jimmy V Award for perseverance.
If I leave you with anything, and I cannot stress this enough, please reach out to anybody going through anything similar to this, whether it be cancer, whether it be anxiety, whether it be depression, whether it be any number of things. Trust me, you are not annoying. You will not be an annoyance to us. All that matters is that you give us that little bit of a text. That could be the singular moment of us picking up our spirits and being able to advance to the next stage, being able to advance that next day of treatment, being able to advance past anything that we're going through. That one text can be the difference. So like Jimmy V said, don't give up. Don't ever give up. And I won't. Thank you.
I feel like that's a nice sentiment to leave you guys with today. Make sure you reach out to your people. Make sure you reach out to anyone going through a tough time. Like, just some nice words could be all the difference sometimes, guys. That's special. The biggest surprise headed into baseball's second half of the season has to be the Cincinnati Reds exiting the All-Star break atop the NL Central. In fact, the Reds own the same record as the Blue Jays, both at 50-41, but Cincy is doing it with the 25th ranked payroll in the league, while Toronto has the 7th highest. Cincy is spending over $100 million less on their roster and getting the exact same production. And while we're about to explain many factors in that stunning surge, we have to start with what they've done since calling up rookie phenom Elly De La Cruz. They were 5.5 games back of first place back on June 5th, and have gone a stunning 23-8 since promoting De La Cruz to the show. As great as Elly's individual numbers have been, and they have been historically great, it's the team success that has come with his presence in the lineup. Since he's scoring more than a run more per game, stealing nearly a full base more per game, and raised their team OPS exactly 100 points since his debut. Plus, he can do things like steal 3 bases in 2 pitches.
He takes off again. Pitch down and in, fade throw. There's no chance. 2 steals.
De La Cruz had already looked a couple of times at Brian Anderson, knowing that if he got a jump,
He's going home. The throw.
What a sneaky guy. That wild sequence made Elly the first player in over 100 years to steal 3 bases with the same batter at the plate. Elly has already set several records since his electric debut, including becoming the only player in MLB history with 40 hits and 15 steals through his first 30 career games. But Elly hasn't been the only impactful rookie. The Reds have a ridiculous 6 players who have never played more than 90 games in a big league season, and they are all staples in their lineup. Matt McClain, Spencer Steer, Will Benson, TJ Friedel, and Jake Fraley joined De La Cruz, with OPS numbers well over 800. When the league average, just 730. It's easy to see why the Reds have done a complete 180 after losing 100 games just last year. And the injection of youth seems to have rejuvenated future Hall of Famer Joey Votto, who hadn't played a game in 10 months after shoulder surgery. But he's been absolutely lighting it up since announcing his return with this epic video. Since his season debut on June 19th, the 39-year-old Canadian has 14 hits in 17 games, but exactly half those hits have left the yard. That gives him a ridiculous slugging percentage of almost .650 and an OPS north of 1,000. That's all for today. Marissa will be back tomorrow at 3 Eastern, noon Pacific. See y'all then.